we will make a quick revision on the digestive system and what we have to at the digestive system. Okay, let's start with all the living things such as animals, people, plants have common property. What this means, I said to you, if you look at the surrounding, I see living things and non-living things. Okay, so the living things like animals, peoples, and plants, and the non-living things, air, water, soil. Air, water, soil. Okay, we will talk about the living things here, which are the animals, peoples, and plants. Okay, I told you that the animals and people, let's compare between animal and people. The animal and people, the animals do things, also the people do the same things. So we will take the common property. The meaning of common property, yeah, the same thing that we are doing, such as the other living things. Okay, let's start. Number one, nutrition. Nutrition is the food when you eat. Motion is meaning to move. Respiration, to respire. Respiration. Sensation, when you feel. Excretion, when we get the bad things, the waste outside our body. Reproduction, to give a baby. So we are studying it. Nutrition, respiration, motion, sensation, excretion, reproduction. So they are the common properties that we are doing like the animals. Okay, let's go to the structure of the living organism. I told you that our body is like the building, okay? So I want you to look at the board. The body is like our building. So the building has flats, and the flats has rooms, and inside the rooms there is wall, and inside the wall there is breaks. So building consists of flats, and the flats inside it rooms, and the rooms consist of walls, and inside the walls there is breaks. Okay, our body is like the building. So the building is like our body. So the body consists of system. We have a lot of systems. System, digestive system, respiratory system. Okay, body consists of system. So the system consists of organ, parts inside our body. Body, system, organ. The organ consists of tissue. Tissue is like our skin. So tissue. So tissue consists of cell. Cell, it is the smallest building unit that builds up all the body. So body, system, organ, tissue, cell. So the body is like the building, and the system is like the flat. Inside the flat there is rooms like the organ, and the wall like the tissue, and the breaks, which is the smallest one, is the cell. So body, system, organ, tissue, cell. Okay, so let's start with the system. We will take the systems of the human body. How many systems we have? We have 6. We have digestive system, respiratory system, urinary system, circulatory system, nervous system, reproductive system. I told you the digestive system. What is the function? The meaning of the word function, it is what the use of the digestive system. What the digestive system do? It digests and absorbs the food. Digestive system, it digests and absorbs the food. The meaning of absorb is to take the food. I'm taking the food, so I digest, I break it down into smaller pieces, and I will take the food to the body. What is the main organ of the digestive system? What helps the digestive system? The system consists of organ. What is the main organ? Is the stomach. So let's go to the respiratory system. Respiratory system is responsible for the breathing. When you breathe, respiration. What is the main organ? Is the trachea. So digestive system, it digests and absorbs the food. Respiratory system used there. Respiration, breathing. Okay, what is the main organ for respiration? Is the trachea. Trachea. Urinary system. I told you that the urinary system is responsible for what is its function is getting rid the harmful substance. The harmful substance. What is the meaning of get rid? To get rid, to get out the bad things, the dirty things inside our body. So it is urinary. Urinary. I told you before, urinary, it gets outside our body. So getting rid of the harmful substance. What is the function of the urinary system? Is the 2 kidneys. So what makes me to get rid? The main organ is the 2 kidney. Let's go to the circulatory. I said to you circulatory delivery. Circulatory delivery. So the circulatory is like the delivery man that takes the food and give it to you at your home. So the circulatory also will take the food from digestive system and respiratory system to take the food. It will take the oxygen and deliver it to all of your body. It will knock the door, take food and oxygen, take food and oxygen, take food and oxygen. So this is circulatory delivery. Deliver the food and oxygen through the body. So who gives the food and the oxygen to all the body after I digested? The circulatory system. What is the main organ? Is our heart. So our heart is an example, or it's the organ which is responsible for circulatory system. Okay, he will tell you the word deliver or transport or distribute. All are the same meaning. Let's go to the nervous system. Nervous system, I told you what makes you feel this pain? What makes you feel? He told me that the brain makes me feel. So the pain goes to our brain, the brain translated, so you feel. What makes you see? What makes you hear? So nervous system is the system responsible for to see and hear and feel. He will tell you the word feel or sensation. The meaning of sensation is to feel. So what is the main organ responsible for the nervous system? Is the brain. The last system is the reproductive system. Reproductive system is to give a new individual, new baby. So what makes you to give a new baby? The reproductive system. Can the urinary system make what the reproductive system do? Of course not. Each system has its own function, has its own work. Okay. Let's go to the main part of our lesson, which is the digestive system. Digestion process. I told you in this part, digestion process is the process of changing the food from complex form. I told you that complex means large form into small, simple substance. Small, simple substance. So I will change the large sandwich into smaller pieces inside our mouth and then go inside to our body. So digestion, this is called digestion. Digestion means to break down the food. Digestion, I break down the food from large form into very small substance. It is the process of changing the food. The meaning of complex is large and the meaning of simple is small. The digestion process means steps. I move the steps. So a process of changing the food from complex form into small, simple substance. To let the body benefit from it. To make the body take all the good things to it and the rest of it, the bad things, will go outside. Okay. All the organs of the digestive system exist in the abdominal cavity. The meaning of abdominal cavity means a space. This area is empty and full of organs. Okay, so the organs or the digestive system, all of it in the abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity. Type. Let's start with the digestive system. Okay, so the food has a very long journey inside our body when it starts from the mouth till it reaches the anus. So what is the way? It moves in a very long way, journey starting from the mouth. This is called digestive canal. So the meaning of canal is the way that the food passes from the mouth till it reaches the anus. Okay? So what are the way? The way has stations. So I have stations. What are these stations? Mouth, teeth, tongue. Pharynx, esophagus. Mouth, teeth, tongue. Pharynx, esophagus. Stomach. Small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus. Mouth, teeth, tongue. Pharynx, esophagus. Stomach. Small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus. Okay, so the food now is moving in the way, in the path, in his journey. As the doctor needs assistant to help him in the surgery, to make him faster and finish his work, so also the food needs assistant to finish It's where the food or the canal needs assistance to digest the food faster. So this assistant called supplementaries. Supplementaries. The meaning of supplementary, they are the assistant that help the digestive canal to finish or to digest the food faster. So they are called digestive canal supplementary. So who are they, the supplementary? Salivary gland, liver, pancreas. Salivary gland, liver, pancreas. So the assistant or the supplementary that help the digestive canal, they are salivary gland, liver, pancreas. I have 3 assistants. So I have digestive canal, mouth, teeth, tongue, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus. And the digestive canal supplementary, who are the assistant that help the food or help the canal to digest the food faster, is salivary gland, liver, pancreas. Okay, so the digestive system, it has the digestive canal and their assistant. So digestive canal, mouth, teeth, tongue, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus. And the supplementary is salivary gland, liver, pancreas. Okay, let's first start with the digestive canal. He tell me that the digestive canal, all this journey inside our body is called digestive canal. So the digestive canal, it takes the shape of a long tube. Its length ranges from 9 to 10 meters, so it's very long. The digestive canal is very long, so it ranges from 9 to 10 meters. It starts with mouth and with anus. So let's start the first part of the digestive system, which is the mouth. Mouth, it is the first organ in the digestive system. So inside the mouth cavity, the mouth is like a cavity. The meaning of the word cavity, it is a space. It is a space. This space inside it, it's a space inside it what? Teeth, and inside it tongue and salivary gland. Salivary gland. So inside the mouth, teeth, tongue, salivary gland. Okay, let's start with the teeth. The teeth, any adult have 32 teeth. So how many teeth we have? We have 32 teeth. So adult have 32, adult have 32, adult have 32. We have how many jaws? I have the upper jaw and the lower jaw. So how many jaws I have? We have 2 jaws. We have 2 jaws. In each jaw, we have 16 teeth. We have 16 teeth. So the upper jaw have 16 and the lower one have 16. Overall, the 2 jaws have 32. Adult have 32. And focus when he tell you in the whole jaw or in one jaw, up or down. So up or down, each jaw has 16 teeth. We will take now the names of the teeth. Let's start with the upper. He tells you that we have incisors, canines, premolars, molars. Incisors, canines, premolars, molars. So the incisors are the first 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 4, they are called incisors. It comes from the word scissors, to cut the food, incisors. Number 2, canines. Canines, they are the long one. So I have incisors, canines. Incisors, canines is like the line, the very tall teeth in the line. The line we have it but shorter, of course. So it's called canine. Premolars, they are here. Premolars after the canine. And molar, the rest of the teeth. So how many incisors I have? I have 4 up and 4 down. 4 up and 4 down. Canines, we have 2 up and 2 down. Premolars, 4 up and 4 down. Molars, 6 up and 6 down. So incisors, canines, premolars, molars, 4, 2, 4, 6, 4, 2, 4, 6. Okay, what is the function of incisors and canine? Is to cut the food. So I have here the teeth, and I will open my mouth, and let's imagine that this is the sand. Incisors and canine, they cut the food, they cut it by incisors and canines. They cut the food, they cut it anteriorly. What is the function? Premolars and molars, they grind the food, they broken it down into smaller pieces. So premolars, molar, they grind the food. So I have incisors, canines, cut the food, premolars, molar, grind the food. I want you to know, if he's asking you, how many incisors we have? We have 4. How many canines? We have 2. How many molars? Molars, we have 10. So we'll make 4 plus 6. So when he's asking you premolars and molars, we have 10. 4, 2, 10. 4, 2, 10. So we have 4 incisors, 2 canines, and 10 molars. Okay. We have finished now the mouth. Teeth. We will go to the tongue. What is the function of the tongue? It's very, very easy. M-T. Mix the food with saliva. It moves the food inside the mouth and to taste the food. So it mixes it with the saliva. Tongue is to mix the food like the spoon, to mix something and move the food inside the mouth and make it to swallow. Help you to swallow. Taste the food, to taste the food. You got mix, move, taste. Function of the tongue, mix, move, taste. Let's go to the salivary gland. So inside the mouth, teeth, tongue, salivary gland. Let's go to the salivary gland. How many salivary glands we have? We have 3. 1, 2, and 3. We have 3 pairs. 3 pairs. We have 3 pairs. Salivary gland, 3 pairs. Salivary gland, 3 pairs. What is the function of the salivary gland? What the salivary gland do? Why God create the salivary gland? To secrete saliva. The word of secrete means to get out the saliva. The saliva is the liquid inside our mouth. Inside our mouth there is liquid. It's not a water. It's a liquid. This liquid, it's called saliva. Saliva comes from salivary gland. Salivary gland, saliva. Salivary, saliva, salivary, saliva. So, salivary gland secrete saliva. Salivary gland secrete saliva. Why God make put the saliva in our mouth? He said to me that the saliva, it changes starch into sugar. When you eat your sandwich, it's very big. Who helped the mouth to break it down, to soft it, to make it very smaller? The saliva. So it digests starch into sugar, or it changes starch into sugar. We have 5 S in the salivary gland. S, 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 S. And salivary gland secretes saliva, changes starch into sugar. Salivary gland secretes saliva, saliva. What is the function of saliva? It changes starch into sugar. Okay, so the saliva is a liquid secreted by the salivary gland. It's a liquid. What is the function of the mouth? What the mouth do? So I will take the function of the teeth and the function of the salivary gland. I will put it inside the mouth. All of these inside what? The mouth. So I have it cut and grind the food by the teeth. Digestion of starch into sugar, it meaning to break down the starch into sugar. We have finished now the mouth. Let's go to the pharynx. So after the food finish his journey inside the mouth, it will go to the pharynx. Pharynx. I said to you that the pharynx is a common cavity that let me to go through the trachea or to the esophagus. What is the meaning of common cavity? Common cavity means a way. Cavity means a space. Common, it makes me go from here or go from here. What is this meaning? Pharynx is like the door of the school. After you go from the door of the school, you will go right or you will go left. So the right one is the esophagus. If you have the food, it will go to the esophagus, and the left one is that if you have oxygen, it will go to the trachea. So the pharynx will make me go in 2 ways, which are esophagus or the trachea. The esophagus is from the digestive system, and the trachea is from the respiratory system. So I told you that when you see pharynx, common cavity. Common cavity means it makes me go from here, from trachea or esophagus. If I have the food esophagus, if I have oxygen, it will be trachea. Common cavity pharynx. Common cavity pharynx. Common cavity pharynx. esophagus. After the food goes from the pharynx, it will go through the esophagus. Esophagus is like a bus. It will take you from the pharynx to the stomach. So esophagus is a muscular tube connecting to the stomach. It makes you go to the stomach. So what the function of the esophagus is allow the food to pass from the pharynx to the stomach. So it's a muscular tube connecting to the stomach, makes you go to the stomach. It allows the food. The meaning of the word allow is to go, is to move, is to make the food move from pharynx to the stomach. Only that's it. Let's go to the stomach. Now the food have journey from the mouth, pharynx, then to the esophagus. It reaches the stomach. It reaches the stomach. The food will take a nap in the stomach. Why? Because it's very tired from this journey, from mouth to the stomach. It's a very long journey, so it will take a nap in the stomach. When the food is sleeping now at the stomach secretes something, secrete juice. What is the juice name? Gastric juice. Stomach secrete gastric juice. So inside the stomach when it sees the food, it will secrete the gastric juice. So stomach secrete gastric juice. I want you to look at this video. Now we are at the stomach. So I want you to look at this. The food is now moving from the pharynx. So moving through the esophagus. The journey from your mouth to the esophagus, connecting to the stomach as you push something to the stomach. You threw something. I want you to look what will the stomach secrete. It will secrete something green. As you can see, it green. This is the gastric juice. The gastric juice, what is the function of the gastric juice? It change or it make incomplete digestion of protein. What is the meaning? It will take the protein from this food and digest it into smaller pieces. Look at this. It's a very piece. It will be very small now. Very big piece of food. The gastric juice break it and digest it into smaller pieces. So now the gastric juice, it makes incomplete digestion of protein. Incomplete digestion of protein. So what is the function of this juice from the stomach to gastric juice? It makes incomplete digestion of protein. So I have gastric juice, incomplete digestion of protein. What is the meaning of incomplete? It's not solid and it's not liquid. In between, it's semi, incomplete. I want you to know that the stomach is like a sack. Its shape is like a sack. It's like a bag. So stomach is like a sack. Stomach is like a sack. Stomach is like a sack. It is a muscular sack. Sack. S. Stomach. Sack. Stomach. Sack. So inside the stomach secrete gastric juice. It make incomplete digestion of protein. Now, the stomach secretes the gastric juice and makes incomplete digestion of protein. Now the food will move to will awake up. So you have to go to the small intestine to complete the journey. Now you have took the rest. So where we will go? You will go to the small intestine. The small intestine is divided into two parts. Has two parts. You have the duodenum and ileum. Duodenum, it is from the end of the stomach. When you finish the stomach, it will start. Look at the video. So you have here the stomach. The end of the stomach, it starts with small intestine. So the first part of the small intestine is the duodenum. This curve is the duodenum. After the duodenum, I find the ileum. The ileum. Okay, let's go to the duodenum. He's telling you that the duodenum, it is the first part of the small intestine. It's the first part of the small intestine. As you can see, the duodenum surrounding what? Surrounding the liver and the pancreas. The pancreas. Liver and pancreas. I told you that the liver and pancreas, they are the assistant from the supplementary. So now it is the role of the liver and the pancreas to help with the duodenum. So what the liver do and what pancreas do? I want you to look at this. Small intestine. So this is the ileum. This coiled one is the ileum. Liver, stomach. You will see now the duodenum and liver and the pancreas. Now, this is the stomach, is like a sac, and we will go to the duodenum. Duodenum, this part, this part, this part. So this part surrounds what? Surrounds the liver, surrounding it. The liver surrounds the duodenum, and the pancreas surrounds. So the pancreas secrete a juice and poured it in the duodenum, and the liver secrete bile juice and pour it to the duodenum. So the liver and pancreas, they are now the assistants, they are the supplementary that help who? Help with the duodenum. Duodenum. Okay. So what is the name of the juice that the liver secrete? It's called bile juice. Bile juice. Liver secrete bile juice. Liver secrete bile juice. Liver secrete bile juice. And bile. Don't forget it. Liver secrete bile juice. And pancreas secrete pancreatic juice. Pancreatic comes from pancreas. Pancreas. So you have here from the liver it secrete bile juice, and the pancreas secrete pancreatic juice. Okay, we will take now the function of the bile juice. What is the juice that the liver secreted do? He's telling you that the bile juice will be poured in the duodenum. Okay, it will take the fats, the big fats, and digest it and break it into smaller pieces again, which is called fatty emulsion. So the bile juice helping digestion of fats. It's very important, this one. So the bile juice help to digest the fat. Bile juice digest the fat. Bile juice digest the fat. Very important. So the bile juice digestion of the fat and change fats into fatty emulsion. Fatty emulsion means small pieces of the fats. Change fat into fatty emulsion. Change fat into fatty emulsion. So I have bile juice helping digestion of fats. Digestion of fats. So the fats is a big and fatty emulsion is very small. So you have to know inside the duodenum, the liver and the pancreas help the duodenum and secrete two juices. Who are they? The juices? Bile juice and pancreatic juice. The bile juice helping digestion of protein. Now the food is digested. Now look at this. This is the pancreas. Okay, in this, after the liver and the pancreas give the duodenum and digest the fat, the rest of the food will go to the ileum. So it pushes and goes to the ileum. Now I digested the fats. Now the food inside the ileum in its final journey. We will go to the ileum now. So the food inside the ileum to be completed of digestion. What is this meaning? I make incomplete digestion in the stomach. So when he is asking you incomplete digestion of proteins in the stomach, complete digestion in the ileum. So he's telling you that the ileum has also juice. What is this juice called? Intestinal. Intestine comes from intestine. Intestinal juice. Intestinal in the ileum. So the juice poured in, it's also a juice poured in the ileum to help it to digest the rest of the food is intestinal juice. So inside the small intestine there are three juices: pancreatic juice, bile juice in the duodenum, poured in the duodenum, and the intestinal juice poured in the ileum to make complete digestion of food. So the rest of the food, I digested the starch in my mouth, I digested the protein in the stomach, I digested the fats in the duodenum. So the rest of the food, who will digest it? So it will be digested in the ileum through the intestinal juice. So the function of the ileum, the function of the small intestine, completing the digestion, completing, it's the final digestion, completing digestion and absorption of the digested food. So I complete the digestion of the food, it's the final step. So where this food, why I'm digesting it? To take it to move inside the blood. So I have the absorption of the digested food. So ileum, complete digestion and absorption. Complete digestion and absorption. Absorption is to take it, to give it to the blood. Absorption process happens in the small intestine. I want you to look at this one. That the ileum has a very small part. This small part is like the door. When, let's imagine that the ileum has door, and this door see the digested food. So when the digested food, the ileum complete the digestion, the door will open and it will take the digested food and close this door. So this door is called villi. The villi will take the digested food and give it to the blood. So what is the function of the villi? Is to take the digested food and give it to the blood. So the absorption process occur or happens in ileum. The digested food absorbed by villi. The meaning of villi is the doors inside the ileum to take the digested food. So the absorbed food reach the blood. It will go to the blood to go to all your body, to distribute, to deliver to all of the body. Okay. So it's very important. Ileum, complete digestion. Incomplete in the stomach. Okay, so now the food is inside the ileum. Inside the ileum, the villi, you will see the villi will take the digested food and give it to the blood. So this is the food consumed. Now the food here, this is the villi. So the villi is like the door that takes the absorbed food, digested food. So this is the digested food, will go to the villi. Now the food goes to the villi and the blood will take it to give it to all our body. Now it's going to the body, to the blood now, and then it will go to the blood to all of the body. Now the digested food, the wanted food, the healthy food that I need, the body need, is inside what? Is inside the blood. Okay, now the complete digestion. The rest of the waste, the rest of the food that I don't need, my body don't need it, it will go to the large intestine. The ileum will push it to the large intestine. The large intestine is like the basket. When you throw something in the basket, you don't need it. So the large intestine is like the basket. You will throw the undigested or the unwanted or the waste that I don't need it to the large intestine. So what is the function of the large intestine? Is to store the waste. To store the waste. What is the meaning of store the waste? To keep the waste in it until it goes outside our body through the anus. So it stores the waste and eject them outside the body. What is the meaning of eject? To get it outside our body. So what is the meaning of the waste? Food remains that my body don't need. So the function of the large intestine only, it is like the basket to throw something in it that I don't need it. Okay? So after the food goes to the large intestine now storing the waste. This waste will go outside our bodies through the anus. There is a rectum. What is the function of the rectum? The rectum is when the food passes from the large intestine, go to the anus, the rectum will take it. So now the undigested food or the waste food, the food remains, it will be here in the large intestine. It will go to the anus. Before it's going to the anus, it passes through the rectum. The rectum will take this waste and squeeze it like this, to take all the water from it, then throw it through the anus. So what is the function of the rectum? It absorbs the water from the food remain. It will take the food remain and squeeze it like this, and then it will take the water from it and then through the anus. So what is the function of the rectum? It absorbs the water from the food remain. It absorbs the water from the food remains. So the food remains will be stored at the large intestine, then it give it to the rectum will absorb the water, then leave it to go to the anus to get it outside our body. Okay, the last thing, which is here is calling you the digestive canal supplementary. Salivary gland secrete saliva. Salivary gland secrete saliva. Liver secrete bile juice. LL. Liver bile. Pancreas secrete pancreatic juice. We didn't take any function for the pancreas. So the saliva changes starch into sugar. Bile juice, digestion of fat, help in the digestion of fats. The last thing, how can you keep the digestive system healthy? How to maintain our body, our digestive system? It chew the food well. You have to grind the food very well to make it into smaller pieces to help the rest of the organs. Practice or do sports regularly. You have to do sports to be healthy one. Don't eat much food that has a lot of fats. Don't eat fast food, fast meals, fast food, junk food. Don't eat it because it's have a lot of fats. It's unhealthy food. Avoid food that contains food flavors like the chips. Don't buy food from street sellers. Don't buy any food from anyone from the street. So this is how to keep the digestive system healthy. I want you to study this page very well. The functions, here is all the functions. You have to write all the function by your hand to practice for the exam. And this is the summary for the digestive system. Bye.